What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
Adam, tell them who we are.
That's Papa. This is Kuya. That's Adam. That's Mama.
That's us. We are Family Time Extra. We do fun stuff and we do videos. Welcome back to episode 2 of Family Time. What's up, everybody? It's Christmas week.
Up? Woo!
No, I got this hat on, but I don't. It's not going to stay on for this whole show.
Yeah, my lights
There
are
it goes. Sorry.
starting to fall off too.
Sorry. Well,
Tyler's hat might stay.
so a lot of stuff has happened since we talked last, guys. I only originally wanted to tell you guys about Spider-Man spoilers, but life is a lot happens in a week. We almost didn't do this show today too because I've been sick for the past couple of days. But if we fail on the week 2, we can't fail on week 2. The show must go on. Because what else, Mama?
Well, can I just say, why is it that men are the biggest babies when they're sick?
That's sexist.
That's
But it's so true.
100% sexist.
This guy,
Cancel
Was-
my mother.
what's that?
No, I'm just
What? Am I a bad sick
He was
person?
a very bad sick person.
What are you talking about?
So
You
am
were
I.
just
I
he was just out of commission the whole
I
time
stay
and
out of the
a
way.
big baby. He wanted me to rub his back.
That's amazing. Actually, I do. I got to tell you, Mama, you do so well taking care of me. It's amazing, especially when I'm sick. You do wonderful.
Why did the dust
just-
rush
I
the
I would
road?
never do the same for you.
He wouldn't. He just got better like today,
I
a
would-
few days later.
I
And he
would-
tells
I would
me-
get, I would get these two to do it.
What?
Take care of
me.
Mama if she was sick.
No.
But he tells me, I hope you don't get sick. I hope you don't get it from me. And I was like, dude, I was pretty much sick alongside you the whole time and getting shit done. Oops, sorry, Adam. I was doing laundry, deep cleaning the kitchen, feeding the kids, taking care of the kids. And this guy was just in bed the whole time, just
Doing.
being sick.
I was
being a
not.
baby.
My body was working. Okay, we were getting better. Whatever. Merry Christmas,
Okay,
everybody. Merry Christmas. This is wonderful
Merry
and fantastic.
Christmas,
I'm wearing my
Merry
new favorite hoodie, by the way.
I
Life rips.
have
Yes,
a
dude, because it does.
love.
And so Adam, what happened in Spider-Man? If you have not watched Spider-Man No Way Home yet, let it be known there are going to be spoilers henceforth throughout the rest of this episode. So watch out. Pause it if you want to, or go watch Spider-Man because you should. The spoilers are all over the internet already. They couldn't keep them out. So if you haven't seen spoilers by now, this is your fault. So Spider-Man spoilers here, No Way Home. This is your one warning. Go, Adam. Can you tell us what happened in Spider-Man?
This weird guy that I saw, Electro. I didn't know him because I thought he was a monster.
He was a monster.
Yeah, the Electro guy.
Oh, Electro.
Yeah.
What else? Who else did you see?
I see Ned.
Ned.
Yeah, and Mary Jane.
What happened in Spider-Man?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, so if you didn't see our last episode, we all made predictions. I made a prediction that Gwen Stacy would be there in the form of Emma Stone. She wasn't. Mama made a prediction that Kirsten Dunst from Mary Jane Watson would be there, and she wasn't. Tyler made a prediction that it would be James Franco's Goblin rather than Willem Dafoe's Goblin. That was also incorrect.
Correction. I said both of them.
Both of them.
Oh.
So both of them. He was half incorrect. Crazily enough, Adam is the only one who had a correct prediction. What was Adam's prediction? That Toby was going to save the day.
Oh, yeah.
And Toby saved the day, basically. Right? Like, I mean, in the euphemistical sense of the word, he saved the day, right?
Mhm.
Like his when Toby swung in to stop Tom from killing Goblin, that was basically the pinnacle of the fight, right? It kind of just dropped after that. That was the end of the fight, and then Toby gets stabbed, and
He dies.
he dies. Just kidding.
You were there.
But
Well, no, Adam had to use the bathroom at that scene.
oh no, yeah. So
I
that
missed
sucks.
that part.
Oh well. So Toby gets stabbed, and it was cool. Did they give us enough? Did they give the fans enough? Tyler,
I was satisfied.
we're satisfied.
I still want
I
another
mean-
one.
Well, yeah.
No, but what
But
I
I
mean by
mean for
enough is,
that-
did they give us enough Spider-Mans?
I
I-
think there was an opportunity for Miles to show up and they didn't use it.
No,
I
no,
think
no, no, no.
as an introduction to the Spider-Verse in live action, that was good.
That was good. It was good. Yeah, I liked
They've
it.
already made several references. Miles exists in the MCU. They already
Right.
made several references to him.
Uh-huh.
And Spider-Man, you can't just throw... Miles happens a long time from the beginning of Spider-Man. Miles doesn't just pop up as one of the Spider-Mans.
Oh.
He's just like in the movie, he's the replacement for the Ultimate Spider-Man. From the Spider-Man from the Ultimate Universe.
Mm.
So, all that stuff has to happen first before Miles can become Spider-Man. So
Oh.
Peter has to have his story, he has to fledge out all this other shit. And now that he lives in New York, right? At
Yeah.
the end of his story, he lives in that shitty apartment in New York.
Yeah.
So after that, he can just kind of do his thing. I mean, and then Miles can come around,
Mm.
right? So it's
Right.
perfect placement for a Miles movie after the second trilogy. They're gonna do another trilogy with Tom,
They are?
allegedly.
Oh, good.
But they said this is not our last Spider-Man movie with Tom. There are going to be more Spider-Man movies. What was your favorite part about the Spider-Man movie, Adam?
When Toby gets stabbed.
When Toby gets stabbed.
That was
the
your
sad
favorite
huh?
part.
Oh, man. How about you, Big? What's your favorite part?
My favorite part was on the scaffolding when they recoup after getting their asses kicked, and they all jump off of the thing and start swinging together.
That's
that was
an
my
amazing
favorite
part. That's
That was
just like,
pretty
that's
cool.
the crowd cheer part. Like, yo! Yeah! Woo!
Did we already make it clear that all the Spider-Mans were there?
Yeah, well, no, Toby and Andy were
Well,
there, right? Yeah,
Toby
so
and
Toby and Andy came in.
Yeah.
The entrance scene is amazing. Okay, so that's part two. Do you remember in the entrance when Toby and Andy came in, or just Andy was there at first, and then his grandma started talking to him in Tagalog?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like me and you were the only ones went.
Yeah.
Literally, like you heard us like just holding back our laughter, but then and then when it translated, everybody else
Everybody
started laughing
laughed,
too.
yeah.
That's
But
how,
then-
because I took me and Lexa went to the one in Poway,
Uh-huh.
and she was the only one in the theater laughing.
Yeah, it was so funny because we were like, I mean, I heard you, and you were literally the only other one. And then there was another time where somebody said where she said something else that was translatable, but it wasn't really like directly translated, and somebody else also.
Also
That
laughed.
was the only time I ever heard anybody else laugh, but it was
Yeah.
so funny. But is it cool? It's cool that like they're actually putting Filipinos in movies frontline now and letting them
And-
speak Tagalog anymore. Letting them speak Tagalog now.
Yeah, and showing our culture. I heard something. Rex never already posted something with Filipino stuff being in Spider-Man, and someone had commented that they might do a spin-off on Ned.
He could he very well could get a Disney Plus series of him like turning into a sorcerer
Yeah,
because he's got magic, bro.
supposedly his hands tingle.
He
Who?
That could be. Well, why would he become Hobgoblin?
I don't know. That's just what
Well,
everyone
no,
on
he
the
could.
internet
Yeah,
says.
no, you're right. There could be some sort of like left trace of, but there's no Oscorp in MCU.
Not yet.
Mm.
But they can't go back, right? You can't just like all of a sudden develop an Oscorp.
No, yeah. I
if
mean,
Norman Osborn doesn't exist.
it could just develop.
Yeah, in another way, Stark Tech. It'll just be Stark Tech. Everything is Stark Tech. The answer to
Everything is Stark
everything in the
Tech.
MCU now is Stark Tech. Okay, so was it cool? Like we'd have to wait in line. That was like the best part
Oh, yeah.
of movies now. But like, is there a difference between like See, what I don't like about the spread outness of why all movies like just pre-sale tickets and no lines is that the vibe of that one opening or the opening day crowds isn't the same. You know what I mean? Like when you go into a theater and it's that Spider-Man swinging moment, only half of the crowd is cheering
Yeah.
because the other half is the girlfriends or the wives or the little sisters of or whatever, whoever the partner is that came with you, and they're not as happy. They don't understand that moment, how collectively amazing that moment is. Satisfying. How satisfying to the fans that moment is, and why we cheer.
Yeah.
I remember in Spider-Man 1, Tobey's Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3, Tobey's original trilogy, when you went into the theater, like there wasn't a million showings the day before. When you watched opening day, like everybody was so pumped to watch it, right? Like there would be people in costumes and shit, and everybody in the theater cheered.
I just want to.
But like now it's like, I don't know. I think I would rather wait in line to get that same vibe, is what I'm saying. Would you?
Yeah.
Would you wait in line to get that vibe?
I would, yeah.
I don't like waiting in the line, but I like waiting in the line.
Did you know me and your mama fell in love in a movie
Waiting
line?
in a line?
Yeah, we fell in love in a movie line. We did.
Please elaborate.
The first time we ever hung out outside of work was we went to go watch a movie, and like for 30
Boring.
minutes or 40 minutes before the movie started, we had to wait in line.
Mhm.
What
Huh?
movie?
The Red Eye
Red
with
Eye.
Papa's favorite actress.
What do you call them? My free pass, hall pass. Like,
No,
on your list. What is it? What was it from Friends? What did they call it in Friends?
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but yeah.
He loves Rachel McAdams. Loves her.
What are you talking about? Rachel, if you ever see this. Oh, never mind.
Pay him
Yeah.
some money. You can have free. No,
And
just kidding.
Hey, well, she's in the
Okay.
MCU now too.
She is Doctor
Wow.
Strange.
Ooh. What you know about rolling down in the deep, Adam?
What you know about rolling down in the D when your brain goes numb? You get caught a mental freak when your people talk to
Queen just muted his mic, bro. He got the eyes, dude.
Oh.
Oh, you want to show him your Santa pictures? You want to show your Santa pictures? All right. Look, we got Santa pictures.
Look how cute
You
you
see it?
are.
All right, let's see if we get more.
Yes.
We're kind of like this Santa was kind of this Santa was cool. Santa is awesome. Was Santa fun? Did he let you sit on his lap? That was awesome, huh? Did you have fun taking pictures with Santa?
He's nice, huh? He's not scary.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was the little pretend elves were, a little weird, but
The-
but
worker
Santa was
elves.
cool. The little setup was cool. We went to Mission Valley Mall. One of the only places that we could have made appointments today, and I hate waiting in lines. Despite what I just said about movie theater lines, but I typically hate lines, so I do all that I can to avoid them. Right? Did you have fun, Adam? Do you like your Santa pictures?
Where'd you guys go?
Mission Valley.
Mm.
Yeah, we usually go to North County, but we couldn't make it appointments at North County, so Mama made an appointment at Mission Valley, and that's where we went.
Yeah. Kuya didn't want to come,
Yeah,
but that's
Oh, well.
okay. He sent his letter in.
yeah. He sent your
Santa
letters to
doesn't
Santa.
like me anymore.
What?
Santa doesn't like me anymore.
Why do you say that? He
Well,
been
I
on
think-
his naughty
Yeah, 'cause
list?
he's a bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad boy, and we'll explain to you how he just costed us thousands of dollars.
Oh,
In just a minute, we'll explain to you how Tyler just. Tyler. Oh, Tyler. So, Mama,
so Papa.
you got your first social media influencing job.
Oh yeah.
The pizzas?
The pizzas.
The pizzas.
How do you feel about that?
It's flattering.
Yeah.
People think my
Hey,
Instagram
hey.
is
They think
worthy.
you're lit.
I don't know.
They think you're hot, bro.
Stop.
Like that's one step above the Instagram sugar daddy. First you get hit up by the Instagram sugar daddies, and we'll discuss that later on. Whether or not that's a feasible source of income. But so one step above the Instagram sugar daddies is the next, first level influencer.
Yeah.
You know,
I almost missed it too because they emailed me and I thought it was some spam because it was just said Milton's pizza party invitation. I was like, what is this?
pizza party.
And I kept deleting it and I never even actually read the body of the message. And then finally I was like, this person I keep getting this email. So I finally read it and it was a legit person trying to ask me.
And for your future and for your reference, if you guys do this, you guys do email blasts or cold calls or cold emails. you should. And the reason that we responded to this lady is because after her first couple emails, her emails started to become casual. Like, oh, hey, well, like, what? You don't want to do it? What's up? Like, and those kind of responses elicited a response from us to be like, yeah, okay, well, she's cool. She must be a real person. She's a normal person.
Yeah.
She's responding to me as if it's a DM, So, I mean, it seemed cool.
We still have yet to
Papa?
post something about it, though.
Yeah. Well, we started this, and then I don't know. I've been editing videos for Adam, and also, we're just trying to get through the holidays. It's been crazy. One
Sure.
thing I still need to do. We do every major holiday. When did we start this? 2 years ago on Halloween.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago on Halloween, we started a game where we create a punch board for the kids. It's basically a board with a bunch of cups that are covered with tissue paper, and we need to make ours again this year, and we haven't yet because I'm procrastinating.
Isn't Christmas on Friday?
Christmas is on today. This is
Saturday.
being recorded on
No, but
Wednesday.
Eve.
Christmas Eve is Friday, yeah.
So today is the 22nd. It will. This probably will go up this evening or tomorrow morning, and Christmas is on Friday. And I've been procrastinating. We got all our Christmas presents wrapped,
We did. Yeah.
right? Most
Yeah,
of them,
most
except
of
for the
them.
huge ones.
Not mine.
What do you mean yours?
I'm just kidding.
Have you been peeking?
No, I
Boy,
don't
I'm
even
returning every single
don't
one of your
even-
Christmas presents. Okay, first of all, let's just do that. Let's just talk about this now. We're going over the half hour. You know what I'm gonna do from now on? I'm gonna edit the YouTube podcast a half hour down, and then we're gonna throw the whole one on the Patreon. So, if you want to hear me rant even more, if you want to hear me drop f-bombs in front of the kids, if you want to hear all this other stuff, you can check out our Patreon, and the full episode will be there on YouTube. You'll find an edited clip.
Isn't
where
that like
I'm not.
socially acceptable OnlyFans?
Yeah, this is Patreon is the social is the Patreon is the OnlyFans for no tits. Patreon is the OnlyFans for YouTubers.
Basically.
Oh,
Yeah. Patreon is the OnlyFans for YouTubers.
okay.
But we don't show our dicks and tits.
You don't know
Okay.
that yet
I mean,
because you haven't
can.
subscribed to
You
our
can.
Patreon.
You don't post them. You just have to send them out illicitly,
Uh.
but not post them. But yeah,
Okay.
say la vie. Okay.
Okay.
So yesterday, Tyler had work, and he was coming home on the freeway. And why don't I let you take it from there, Big?
So I was going a bit speedy, if I do say so myself, and
Coming in hot.
it's coming
That's
in
how
hot,
that's what we call coming in hot.
right?
Coming in hot.
And I guess my body got a little ahead of myself, and I went into the wrong gear, and my car blew up on the side of the freeway.
Was it? Did you have to stop on the side of the freeway?
No,
but you had to.
I
But
just
you did.
because it I felt it. I was like, oh.
Did you actually feel like a bang or a pop?
No, nothing. It was just it was kind of like a grinding. Yeah, and I was like, oh shit. And then I was driving home
So
I'd done it now.
I done it now.
So you were able to
if-
drive home okay?
Yeah.
So if you cannot deduce from that, what had happened is Tyler was coming off the freeway, off ramp, to the stop. The light was green, so he was gonna proceed through the light and turn right. However, he hit that money shift and went from fifth to second too fast and blew the motor. We've had the car for less than a year, and and he blew the motor.
Granted,
Boom.
And before this, he had gotten into an accident.
let's not.
This car is just bad luck in general. So I don't know. We have no idea what we're gonna do with this thing yet. But yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week.
It's been quite a week.
It's been quite a week.
I would also like to point out,
Okay.
still no mistakes on my driver's test. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
You just
so,
can't.
So so you passed the test with flying colors. but the actual driving,
That's what got me.
I thought you got one wrong.
actual
No.
real world
You
application.
want to see it?
No, I believe you.
The driving test was flawless. But when it comes to actual real world application, we got some issues. It basically needs a new car. So
Anyone that wants a 2013 FRS with a blown motor,
holler at your boy. Actually, that is one of it. We did give him that as one of the options. You can sell the car for we can try to sell the car for what it's worth, and you can buy a piece of shit for what you get for it. So, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Mama? What do you think is the best idea?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Should we just let him live carless forever
Not forever.
until he saves up $6,000?
And that's just you fixing it,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
if we were to take it to a shop,
It'd
you have
probably
to
be
add on
around
labor.
Maybe probably $7,000-$8,000.
70.
No.
No,
$7,000
$7,000 to $8,000.
So then it's almost
It's almost
price
the price
of
of
the
the car.
car.
Yeah. But at that point, yeah, just fucking, I don't know. Yeah, at that point,
Anyway.
just sell it and
yeah.
thing. But I don't want to sell it. I want to keep it. I want to throw 2 Jay-Z in there. Take it to the track. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Family Time. Now we all got drinks. It was a short intermission. That's why we cut. So, wait. So, he was on some chick's ASMR
Yeah.
live, and he just fell asleep.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird?
ASMR.
ASMR is pretty. I'm not a huge fan. It kind of creeps me out. It's like cringy for me.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, for some people.
I'm gonna put my Coke behind.
However, what I find creepy about TikToks and live, not SMR, is that a girl can literally just sleep. She can go live and just sleep, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
thousands of dudes will watch her. That's so creepy.
Creepy.
It's creepy as hell. There's just like accounts on YouTube of like videos of people sleeping too.
What's for dinner?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm too lazy to cook.
Yep.
Yeah, can we do something where we just throw it away again?
What do you mean?
Like I don't want to wash dishes
Oh.
or wipe.
I don't wanna
Or
wash.
wipe dishes.
I don't want to do anything. All right, well then you got to go pick it up.
My car is broken.
Hey, not your
It's not
license.
the only car.
Not your license. Okay, so fine. So we're gonna drop you off at Friendsmas on Thursday.
No.
Okay then.
Okay.
You got a license. You can go pick up food. That's your punishment for costing us.
I actually need to go to Target.
Okay, well, I guess you're all going to Target and getting food on the way home.
Can I get some
No.
spoon?
Yeah, you can. I told you I'd get you something. Remember?
Did you specify small?
I got a gift card. Oh.
He is so sweet.
Oh, Kuya.
He's
Thank
the
you,
best.
Kuya.
He's the best big brother.
I mean, in the hierarchy of big brothers, he's better than any big brother I had. I'll tell you that much. But, but I mean, still, regardless of that. Okay. Shouldn't drink Coke while podcasting. Should drink water.
Yeah.
Oh well. What else about Spider-Man did you guys like?
Tell you what I did not like.
What didn't you like about Spider-Man?
I did not like that Aunt May passed away. Is that am I allowed to say that?
No, that's a great point. How did
Yeah.
you feel about that, Big?
Huh?
How did you feel about Aunt
Um.
May and him and her replacing basically the Uncle Ben role?
I didn't not like it.
Because there was, first of
Where-
all, sorry, let me just interrupt. Is there an Uncle Ben? Is or was there an Uncle Ben?
There has
They don't
not,
talk
They
about-
don't. They haven't.
They didn't mention
mentioned it
him,
at all.
right?
Nope.
As if,
Yeah.
even as if, so Aunt May is just a single independent woman.
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
Independent woman.
Yeah.
Oh, my women.
Well, I mean, I like how the whole first trilogy of the MCU Spider-Man is basically his origin story as Spider-Man. in a way.
Trilogy of Homecoming, No Way, Far From Home, and No Way Home is Tom Holland's origin story.
basically.
basically his origin story, because they didn't. One thing they always pointed out in this thing is that he doesn't. They didn't even touch his origin story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just jumped straight because they threw him into Civil War. So it's like, and everybody knows, everybody's seen it, the origin story 1,000 times. Nobody needs to see again that he got bit by a spider and his Uncle Ben died,
Mhm.
right? I think at first I didn't like it. At first I was like, yo, man, yo. But yeah, it worked. After a while, I was like, after a few minutes, I was like, yeah. And then especially in the scene where he meets the other two when Tom meets Andy and Toby, and then they go, and then he says something like, with great power, and then they finish the sentence for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Uncle Ben said it. So it's like, it's not like Uncle Ben doesn't exist. So it's like, sometimes in the movies where they do this, like, it's like they completely X'd out the existence of something, right? If they were to just not acknowledge that Uncle Ben said that, then it'd be different. But they this movie was just like an homage to the multiverse. So it just says like, oh yeah, anything can happen in the multiverse. How do you feel about them changing things in
Like
movies, from comics to movies? What's your feeling on that?
At first, I always like people would always see it like as a criticism, like, oh, this is not how it's supposed to be. But now I don't really care because it's like it's a different story, and as long as the story makes sense and it works and it's compelling, I don't care.
At first, I was always one of those like elitist pricks who's just like, yeah, that's not how it goes. That's not how it's supposed to be. You should at least tell the right story, or at least make it as close as possible. But then I realized, I think after X-Men's, I realized after the X-Men's, that's a long ass time ago. After the X-Men's and maybe into Spider-Man, I realized that, and especially because of Spider-Man, and I watched so much Spider-Man cartoons and read so much Spider-Man when I was little, that Marvel itself, it exists in a multiverse. So it's not like when you watch the movie that you're watching the one comic book series that you read or the one TV show that you saw. You're watching a completely different iteration as if it's a different universe. So it's like you have to appreciate this as if it's just one of the Marvel universes in which Spider-Man exists. And because of that, Toby and so because Sony Spider-Verse, including Into the Spider-Verse, is MCU canon now, right? Because Kingpin is MCU canon now, and Toby and Andy were introduced to the MCU as part of the multiverse canon, which means that Tobey Maguire is Ultimate Universe Spider-Man.
Why him specifically?
Because in Into the Spider-Verse, he's the one that Ultimate Spider-Man is the one who introduced himself as the Tobey Maguire parts as he was doing the Tobey Maguire movie.
Right.
So the parts that Ultimate Spider-Man referenced, the blonde Peter Parker,
The one that died.
Yeah.
the parts that he referenced in his introduction.
Peter B. Parker?
Yeah. No. Peter B. Parker is 1601. That's our.
Oh, yeah.
That's our Spider-Man. Ultimate Universe Spider-Man is the blonde-haired one, and the introduction that he gave in his like, let's do this one more time, like that introduction, he referenced all the parts that were Toby in the movie.
Oh, and this, yeah.
All the things that he did, like they were
Yeah.
Toby. All the parts he
Ah.
introduced were Toby.
In the
Okay.
car in the coffee shop.
Car in the coffee shop, yeah.
Wow.
So Toby's the Ultimate Spider-Man. Toby is the Ultimate Universe.
Oh.
Which means that Miles should come from Toby's universe.
Okay.
But that's not going to happen because Miles exists in Tom's universe.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, because
Because-
of Childish Gambino.
Oh my gosh.
In the first Tom Holland Spider-Man, Childish Gambino. Do you remember Childish Gambino was in it?
I don't. Oh yeah. As a
He was just like
bad
some
guy.
perp.
perp. Yeah.
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 So his character in that movie is Aaron Davis. That's the Prowler, and
Uh,
Miles Morales' his uncle.
yeah.
And he specifically states he has a nephew out there.
So I got a nephew in this neighborhood. I don't want these weapons out here.
Yeah.
But you know what he says in the deleted scene?
Oh,
The
yeah.
deleted extended scene of
He
that.
said, doesn't he say his name?
Yeah, he goes. He like as Spider-Man walks away, he goes on his cell phone. He calls Miles and said, "Hey, Miles, I won't be able to make it."
Oh.
So Miles and Aaron Davis exist in the MCU already.
Okay.
So Miles can come. They did it. So just like they know, like, hey guys, don't complain. There's a Miles movie coming. And then they did. And then the clip in No Way Home where Jamie Foxx says to
Oh, yeah.
says to Andy, "I thought you were black." He goes, I
That
thought
was
you were
funny.
black. I thought Spider-Man was black. And Andy says something like, "Oh, there's got to be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere,"
Yeah.
you know, referring to Miles.
Yeah.
So
It's funny
But-
that they just made Jamie Foxx funny.
yeah, right. They're like, he's like, yo, man, I don't want to be blue. Let me be Jamie Foxx. I'll be funny. It'll be worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no explanation on why he's not blue anymore and made of electricity.
Yeah.
But do you know what my favorite part of the movie was?
What?
And why I think they did do enough, and why it was an ode or a love letter to the fans for one specific incident that only lasted about 3 seconds.
What?
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Oh.
That was funny.
Legitimately, dude. You know what's so great about movies that are that for the past maybe 5 years and moving forward? You know, the people that are making movies are our age, me and you.
Mhm.
And so like they are like now referencing stuff that we all grew up with and they grew up with.
Yeah.
And so like
Somewhat of a scientist
when they didn't-
myself.
like maybe 7 years ago, producers didn't think they could get away with memes in movies. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's just such a that's just such a gift to the fans. It's just such a gift to the fans. You know what I mean? Like, ow, my foot is falling asleep. But yeah, no, it was that's why that one moment is why I love the movie. Is ultimately why I love the movie as a whole. But yeah, I think they did. At first, when I watched the movie in the theaters, I didn't think it'd give us enough of the 3 Spider-Mans because it just went by so fast.
It did.
But then after I watched all the leaked clips, I watched them over and over again and like individually each scene. Like, yeah, no, they did give us enough. It just went by too fast when you watch it once. Okay, Mama, before we wrap, do you have any tips for Christmas? It's getting hot in here. Do you have any
Love
tips
it.
for Christmas?
Tips for Christmas.
Tips for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas tips.
Ugh.
Wrapping gifts, giving
Oh,
gifts.
yeah, I
I'm
need to
horrible
wrap
at
my
wrapping.
gifts.
Oh, I do have. Well, I learned this from Papa, but a lot of the kids these days just want money for Christmas. But we can't just give them just an envelope of money. That's just boring. Like,
Oh my god.
part of the joy
Mhm.
is opening something tangible, right? So
Mhm.
we've made a rule. It's not actually just for Christmas, but for birthdays or whatnot. But every time we give just cash as a gift, we have to buy some tangible trinket to
Mhm.
give along with it. So
It's very important, and I brought this to Mama years ago, and it's because just like she said, it's because like when you're opening something, even though what they want is thing, but the reaction you get from giving a gift to someone and giving them exactly what they want is. It's like, oh, they're just like, oh, hey, thanks, and put it in their pocket. But when you give them something to open, not only does it make the gift more real to them, it shows that you thought about it more than just just
Okay.
pulling $20 out of your wallet and stuffing it into an envelope. So it's like you actually consider this person. It's not like, hey, I don't know what to get this person, I'll just get them money. And if the trinket is like, if it's something they like. And our rule is usually under $5. A trinket under $5, and so like you have to. That's what makes it challenging too. You have to find something that the person likes for under $5, like a keychain, like a little toy, like a candy bar or anything that the person loves. And the more personal you can make it, the better, because that's the point of the trinket. You want them to feel
Like,
that
that's
this
the
gift was on purpose,
part.
and I love you. I know you want money, but I love you enough to give you something that I know you love. Also, right, Mama?
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, don't just give cash. Even just because you got a cool red envelope doesn't mean your cash gift is good. Make it meaningful. Your gift recipient deserves more than that.
And if you don't want to spend an extra $5 or
Okay.
whatnot, make something.
Yeah, make something, little origami crane. You know what I mean? Fucking cupcake. Make a cupcake.
Yeah.
Um,
Cookie. What'd you bake? Any Christmas tips? How to stay on the nice list, not the naughty list?
There are no tips. Just be yourself, and Santa will love you.
And Santa will love you. Experience that comes from experience.
Yes.
Well,
Bye bye.
Adam, say bye.
Bye.
All
Thought we were
right, well, bye
harmonizing.
everybody. Thank you so much for watching this other
Bye.
episode 2 of Family Time. We will see you guys next week for episode 3. We just went nuts going on talking about Spider-Man, but next week we'll go over a lot more stuff. We'll play the game again, probably make Mama cry one more time, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Happy holidays.